Morning and welcome to Vira's Voice. Today is a red letter day in the annals of Indian banking industry. The reason is in 1969, in the same day, 14 top banks were nationalized. It was a very bold move which has enabled the entire banking system in India to get a very big transformation. From class banking to mass banking, it has been a long march for the Indian banking industry. The figures show that how the post nationalization banks in India have done a great job. At the time of nationalization, there were around 8,200 branches totally throughout the country. Today, there are around 1,56,329 branches throughout the country. Rural and semi-urban branches at the time of nationalization, there was not even a single branch. But today, there are 52,463 branches spread over the length and breadth of the country. And what we call as priority sector, the MSME, the agriculture, there was nil exposure at the time of nationalization, and today it is almost 40% of the total advances, and every bank has achieved that. This is a great achievement. Starting from green revolution to white revolution to blue revolution, the banking system in India has contributed extensively for the progress of the Indian economy. Besides that, this is one of the largest employment generating sector, and many young people who have been working in top IT companies and elsewhere, they have migrated to public sector banks for the charm of banking and for security of the job. Banks have provided employment to thousands and millions of young people, and now they are at the helm of the each and every bank. This has taken all the banks to greater heights, and banks have achieved many things. To tell a few, you know about Jan Dhan account when it was launched, and when public sector banks account for more than 95% of the Jan Dhan accounts. They have created Guinness record in opening record number of accounts in a record number of time. Almost today, even during this pandemic period, the amount given to women beneficiaries of Jan Dhan account has helped them to tide over all the difficulties. And many loans, many credit facilities, unthinkable before nationalization, which were thought that as untouchables, now those people are able to get from KCC Kisan credit card. Had anybody thought that a farmer can get a cash credit? Never in the history, nobody thought about that. But this has been implemented, and the self-help group, all these things, and all the infrastructure development, what has happened in India is with major contribution from public sector banks. But sadly, some policy decision and many scams broke out, and the banks have to bear the brunt of the mounting NPS. These infrastructure loans, had they been clicked, today the banking system should be in a very high pedestal. And today, people are talking on nationalization day. It is an important thing to talk about that, because people are in the private sector are talking that public sector banks are inefficient and should be privatized. And they have put up that unless it is privatized, banks cannot survive. A very simple and direct question to the advocates of privatization. See, the banking system, public sector banking system is in turmoil because of the bad loans created by the private sector corporates. The delinquency rate is almost 98% only in private sector. Public sector, except for Air India, there is no major NPA in a public sector bank, or for that matter any bank. This private sector, they have leveraged their loans, and now they are in trouble, and they are blaming the public sector bank for that. Their business failure as a private entrepreneur, they have not fared well. Now, what will happen if these banks are handed over to these corporates? You imagine, because public money is, people have put faith in the banks. It is not only money, it is trust and faith. There should not be, even in the banking system, it is only the public sector banks which have gone to save the private sector banks which are in the verge of collapse. But for their stepping in, the public money, what is happening in PMC, you would have seen Punjab Maharashtra Cooperative Bank, there is a lot of turmoil. But when Global Trust Bank was in the verge of collapse, it is only Oriental Bank of Commerce which stepped in. Because of that, Oriental Bank of Commerce is yet to come, because it was one of the top performing banks in the India. And there are many examples like Bharat Overseas Bank, and recently this Yes Bank. But for State Bank of India, everybody was talking very high about this bank and quoting that the public sector banks should function like this private sector Yes Bank. But what happened ultimately, it is only the public sector bank which has to step in and pump in around 10,000 crores of rupees to save this private entity. And it is not only saving this entity, it is saving the faith of the people and the deposits and the money what people have invested in these banks. People talking ill of public sector bank, they should note that the technology upgradation as well as the mobile apps of public sector banks are at par and more secure than that in the private sector banks. They have come from a manual system and upgraded to an technology has been upgraded today, and the state of the art technologies are with the public sector banks, because they have spread all over the country. And people say that public sector banks are not making much profit, because banks were nationalized not only to make profit, it is only for a social cause banks were nationalized, because social cause is also an important part and integral part in the functioning of public sector banks. They operate not only on profits, they carry out all policies of the government, the social required, whatever is required, they step in and do that. But for them, all the policies and programs of the government would not have been implemented such efficiently. Even in study loans or Jan Dhan, the performance of private sector are known. They operate only on profits. But the cost of social banking is not taken into account while evaluating the performance of the public sector banks. That is a very big cost, which both in manpower, in resources, as well as time, public sector banks are spending more time even servicing armed force, retired personnel, pensioners, and all this Jan Dhan accounts, MNRGA, that 100 days work, all these salaries are dispersed only through public sector banks. Private sector banks, they don't touch even any of these things. So, telling that these banks are not making profit is a myth. You know that before this turmoil started, public sector banks together have contributed more than 2 lakh crores as a dividend to the government. Now what government is reimbursing or putting capital into the banks is only as a major stockholder, they are putting money into the banks. There is nothing taking public money and giving to the public sector banks. It is not like what happened in European countries where public money was taken and given to private sector. Here, whatever dividend of public sector banks have paid to the government, now the government is plowing back the profits into the public sector. They have amply supported, and many of the banks have come out of this PCA and posted substantial profits. But the loss is not a real loss, because banks are provided for the bad loans which are lying in the provision accounts of all the banks. It has not gone out of the banks. Now, when the recovery starts and money comes in, all this provision will be reversed and will go to support the bottom line of the banks, and the profits of the banks are going to be astronomical. The social cause and the dedication, employment generation, all these are the strengths of the public sector banks, which nobody should think of privatization, because privatization is not the solution. It is only giving a proper autonomy and proper functioning liberty to the public sector banks that will take these banks to greater heights. Kindly share this video with all your friends because this day is a red letter day in the annals of Indian banking industry.